What's up, everybody? It is Broken Havoc right here on the Broken Havoc podcast with my SmackDown review from May 28th, 2021. Overall thoughts on this show, I thought this was a pretty good show, mainly because the Usos are back. There were some questionable booking decisions, in my opinion, when it comes to the matches that were on this show. I mean, as we've seen on Raw, there was a lot of rematches that were booked that I did not like. It was rematch after rematch after rematch, and there were a couple rematches on this show. For example, the main event. The main event was a rematch, but it was not as bad as Raw. I will say that. Of course, as you guys all know, the Usos are back in this show, and I really love the fact that the Usos are back. They're one of the best things in WWE right now. Roman Reigns, of course, is the best thing on WWE TV right now. But yeah, that's going to be SmackDown. I am filming this right after I filmed my Dynamite review because, as you know, Dynamite also aired right after SmackDown. So that was a lot of work for me and a lot of other people, I can tell. But yeah, let's start off with the show. Of course, the Usos. The show starts with the Usos backstage with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, of course, in typical heel Roman Reigns fashion, wants to know the endgame. Jimmy says that he wants to make the family proud. Jimmy's excited. Roman tells Jimmy, good luck. Roman goes to Jey Uso and asks if he's actually with him. Jey states that he is with him, that being Roman Reigns. So, we cut to the first match, and right off the get-go, we got the Street Profits versus the Usos, of course, finally back together after Jimmy Uso returned from injury. The Street Profits cut a promo. Ford says that, or Montez Ford, I should say. Montez Ford says that tonight is like no other since it's the Street Profits versus the Usos. Says they were flattered that they were challenged by the Usos. Says that they have been down since day one, pun intended. They mocked the Usos' old dance before they turned heel back in 2016. They talk about Jimmy being sidelined for 1 year. Says that Jey likes Roman is in Roman's hands rent-free. The Usos later come out. Jimmy asks Jey Uso if he hears this, and Jimmy states that they are the best tag team in the business, and the best tag team in the business are back. The Usos and the Profits basically go back and forth throughout this promo, and I really love it. You know, you had Jey Uso just literally like defending Roman Reigns like constantly. Of course, he is the right-hand man, and Jimmy Uso is nobody's bitch. Which by the way, I fucking love that t-shirt. Nobody's bitch is an awesome t-shirt. But yeah, the match starts. It's the Usos versus the Street Profits. This match was awesome. Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford are amazing at what they do, especially Montez Ford. This guy does a beautiful frog splash. I have stated in earlier reviews, Montez Ford does a beautiful frog splash off the top rope. So Jimmy Uso and Angelo Dawkins start. Both lock up. We get a shoulder tackle by Dawkins. We get a second shoulder tackle by Dawkins. Montez Ford tags in, drops Jimmy. Jey Uso tags in. We get a kick by Jey. We get a right hand by Jey, works on Ford in the corner. We get an arm drag by Ford, works on Jey. Dawkins tags in, double team by the Profits on Jey. We get a cover and a near fall. Dawkins works on Jey. Jimmy tags in. We get a double team attempt by the Usos. We get a cover by Jimmy, but we get a near fall. Headbutt in the shoulder of Dawkins. Chops by Jimmy on Dawkins. We get an arm drag by Dawkins. Jey tags in. We get double team attempt by the Usos. Jimmy later tags in after that. Drop kick by Montez Ford. Second drop kick by Ford. The Profits send the Usos outside the ring. Work on Usos on the outside. Send Jey to the timekeeper's area, and they send Jimmy over the announce table when we go to commercial break. Dawkins works on Jimmy. Ford tags in. They go to the top rope and drop Jimmy. Jey tags in, but Ford does not know he is legal. He sends Ford on the barricade. Jey sends Ford to the barricade. Sends Ford to the ring. Back suplex by Jey Uso on Ford. Works on Ford. Jimmy tags in. We get a double team attempt by the Usos. Jimmy goes to the top and drops Ford while landing on a backbreaker by Jey. Cover and a near fall. Jimmy works on Ford. We get a snap suplex by Jimmy on Ford. Jey tags in. Usos double team on Ford. Ford fights back, but Jey stops Ford. Continues to work on Ford. Ford fights back in the corner. We got a step up into Gary by Ford. Tries to tag in Dawkins. Beautiful step up enziguri by Ford on Jimmy. Ford tries to tag Dawkins, but Jay is on the outside, taking Dawkins outside. Samoan drop by Jey Uso on Ford. We get a cover and a near fall. Jey Uso's legal. Both Ford and Jay are on the top. Ford is dropped on the apron. We get an enziguri on Jey Uso by Ford. Ford is on the top. He misses. We get a double clothesline by Ford and Jay. Dawkins tags in. We get a kick by Jay on Dawkins. Jimmy tags in. We get a corkscrew elbow by Angelo Dawkins. We get a cover and a near fall. Enziguri by Jimmy on Dawkins. Jimmy goes to the top. Dawkins gives a right hand on Jimmy Uso. Ford hits a somersault over the post on Jay outside the ring, which was my favorite spot of the entire match. That looked awesome. Super kick by Jimmy on Dawkins. Cover and a near fall. Dawkins tackles Jimmy. We get a twisting neck breaker on Jimmy by Dawkins. We get a cover and a near fall. Dawkins ducks on both an enziguri and super kick. Montez tags in. Ford goes to the top. Frog splash, but he misses. Dawkins attacks Jay outside. Jimmy super kicks Montez Ford. We get a cover, and Jimmy Uso pins Montez Ford. The Usos win the match against the Street Profits. The Usos are officially back. What are my thoughts on this match? This match was awesome. Easily the best match of the night. The Usos always put on an amazing tag team match, same as the Street Profits. I mean, in my opinion, the MVP of the Street Profits is Montez Ford. I mean, Montez Ford is amazing at what he does. When he did that somersault over the post on one of the Usos, I don't remember who it was, but he did that beautiful somersault. It was amazing. I loved that spot. Montez Ford never disappoints whenever he wrestles in the ring. But yeah, that was the first match, the Street Profits versus the Usos. Overall thoughts on this match? This match was awesome. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, we get Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, the worst name for a tag team, in their backstage interview, the Dirty Dogs. They talk about their loss at WrestleMania Backlash. They say tonight is going to be different and will win the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. First off, I did not like the fact that they announced that Rey Mysterio and Dominik were going to be wrestling in a rematch against Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, because at first glance I thought, in kayfabe, wait, I didn't know that rematch clauses existed anymore, because I thought they stopped with those rematch clauses with WWE. Because if you can remember, I believe, I think it was 2 years ago, there was a report that came out that said, oh yeah, there's no more rematch clauses in kayfabe, but apparently WWE loves throwing rules out the window, so they booked this match. We got the Riot Squad versus Tamina and Natalya. Overall thoughts on this match? Honestly, I did not care for this match. I mean, at least it's not a rematch with Shayna Baszler and Natalya. First off, Shayna Baszler and Natalya should not even be in a tag team anymore. I think it's really stupid that Shayna Baszler's in a tag team with Nia Jax. But hey, who knows what's going to happen. But the match starts. Ruby tags in, works on Natalya in the corner. Liv Morgan tags in. We get a double team attempt by the Riot Squad. Covered by Liv Morgan, but we get a near fall. Ruby tags in, works on Natalya. Tamina is taken out before the match started, which makes no sense, by the way. Literally, Natalya and Tamina make their entrance to the ring. And during the match, when we come back from commercial break, Michael Cole states on commentary, oh yeah, Tamina was attacked before the match even started. I'm like, how? That made no sense, absolutely. That made absolutely no sense whatsoever. That was really stupid. Natalya tries to apply a double sharpshooter. Tamina shoves Liv Morgan on Ruby when she tried to pin Natalya. Tamina tags in, works on Ruby Riot. Tamina goes to the top. Natalya drives Morgan on the apron. Riot is on the top. We get a headbutt by Tamina. Morgan takes out Natalya. We get a superfly splash by Tamina and a cover. And Tamina and Natalya win the match. Overall thoughts? Honestly, I didn't care for this match. It was pretty okay. Usos are backstage with Adam Pearce. They celebrate. Jimmy, that being, celebrates the victory with the Street Profits and wants whoever wins the main event tonight, either Roode or Ziggler or Mysterio and Dominik, to face them for the tag team titles next week. Lo and behold, Adam Pearce says yes, and they're excited. But Jay's like, crap, now I got to tell this to Roman. So, yeah, next match, Bianca Bel Air versus Carmella. So we get a backstage interview with Carmella before a match, talking about Bianca's title reign. Okay. Bayley comes in before the match starts and does her stupid laughing, which I think is annoying in my opinion. The match starts. Both lock up. Bayley works on Carmella. Carmella counters with a Hurricane Rana on Bel Air. Bel Air throws Carmella back in the ring. Carmella uses the braid of Bel Air to her advantage. Cover and a near fall. Carmella works on Bel Air in the corner. We get a cover by Carmella and a near fall. Bianca fights back. We get a backbreaker by Bianca, a shoulder tackle by Bianca, drives Carmella on each turnbuckle. Carmella fights back, goes to the top. We get a crossbody by Carmella by Bel Air and picks up Carmella and hits a fallaway slam. We get a cartwheel moonsault on Carmella by Bel Air, a cover and a near fall. Carmella drives Bel Air to the ring post. We get a super kick by Carmella, cover and a near fall, cover again by Carmella. We get a kick out, a jackknife cover by Bel Air, but kicks out. Carmella tries to go for the Code of Silence, but Bianca fights back. Bel Air face plants Carmella and wins the match. Overall thoughts on this match? I feel like when it comes to Bianca Belair, I'm enjoying her title run, but I think they can do a little bit better with her title run. I honestly believe they're just waiting for that moment for that rematch against Sasha Banks, because SummerSlam is going to be a big show. There's rumors of it either going to be in Phoenix or Vegas in a stadium. So I mean, they're really trying to make SummerSlam a huge event, and I do believe that it's going to be Bianca and Sasha at SummerSlam. But who knows? They're probably saving a big match for Bianca Belair. It's probably going to be Sasha Banks returning, because I believe we haven't seen her on television for the past few weeks. So who knows what's going to happen? The Mysterios, Rey and Dominik, are backstage discussing their game plan. Of course, Dominik, when it comes to, Rey Mysterio is fine, but when it comes to Dominik, I do believe he sounds a little bit scripted, so I do believe that Dominik needs to work a little bit more on his promos. That's just me. You may think another way, but I honestly think that Dominik needs to just work a little more on his promos. He sounds really scripted, and that's what I don't like when it comes to wrestling, especially WWE. But hey, what can you do? Seth Rollins. What is he wearing, first off? So we got a Seth Rollins segment, and the reason why I ask what is he wearing is because every week he comes out with these weird suits, these weird colored suits. I'm like, bruh, they're becoming the Young Bucks. He's throwing money away and just wearing these weird outfits like the Young Bucks. But hey, whatever. Says that he's out here to fight. Calls out Cesaro. Of course, Cesaro is not on the show, mainly because of what happened last week. Because as you guys know, Seth Rollins attacked Cesaro in brutal fashion last week. Says that he's not here to ruin the greatest day of the year, which is his birthday. Happy birthday, Seth Rollins. Shows what happened last week. Says that it is not the worst of it. Says his team optioned exclusive audio from Cesaro's hospital room, and all we hear is, I don't care. That's really stupid. Rollins just laughs his ass off by this point. Talks about how he just blacked out. Says that he is the man of integrity and responsibility. Says we have to place some of the blame on you, that being the fans. It's real weird how he's just talking about it since there's no people in the arena. He's probably talking to us on television, but still, if there was a crowd, they'd probably just get boos. Says if Cesaro never steps foot in the ring again, the blame is on Cesaro and the blame is on us. Says his hands are clean and says our hands are dirty, filthy, and guilty. Says happy birthday to him, and yeah. Some people liked this segment. Some people didn't like this segment. Some people loved this segment. I will say this. As much as I don't care about, Seth Rollins' current gimmick, I thought this segment was not bad. Most likely they're going to have Cesaro versus Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell next month, and they're going to have Jimmy Uso versus Roman Reigns at Hell in a Cell. So, those two matches I'm pretty much looking forward to. We already seen the match between Seth Rollins and Cesaro, but what can you do? WWE loves booking rematches, so it's like a common thing with WWE. SmackDown does have its issues, but at least it's not as bad as Raw, okay? I will give them that. Kevin Owens versus Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental Championship. First off, I don't know what made Kevin Owens get this title shot. First off, that made no sense. And this match did not go on long. Like, this match started, like, as soon as the bell rang. Like, Kevin Owens went right after Cruz. We get a cannonball in the corner. A swanton by Owens off the top. We get a cover into a near fall. Cruz escapes a suplex attempt. Cruz goes to the top rope. Cruz rolls through. We get a super kick by Owens. A stunner by Owens. Then Commander Z's hits the Nigerian nail on Kevin Owens and causes, in typical WWE fashion, a disqualification. And Owens is, at this point, he looks like he's hurt after that, and he's really selling the Nigerian nail as a really really intense finishing maneuver. So yeah, that match ended really fast in a fiasco and a DQ because WWE loves their disqualification finishes. And yeah, I mean, this is the same company that booked a Hell in a Cell match between Seth Rollins and The Fiend, and that match, which was a Hell in a Cell match that ended in a disqualification, was terrible. But, I mean, this was just a normal title match, but still, I mean, like, it's a title match. First off, it's a title match, and you're on television, and you're literally just ending it in a DQ. That's really stupid, mainly because it's a title match, and it devalues the championship. That's just me. But yeah, Roman Reigns is backstage with Paul Heyman. Heyman brings in Jey Uso. Reigns talks about the match, the tag match next week, and asks Jey Uso that if that's what he wants to do. Reigns asks Jey Uso what happened to us. Tells Jey to think about this, think about the decision, and says Roman basically states that he wanted the best for Jey. Tells Jey that he is main event Jey Uso now, and tells Jey that he does not want him to go back to a place where people say which one of the Usos he is. Jey says that he never thought it like that, and then Reigns replies, maybe you should, because your brother is not. So we got some tension going on between Roman Reigns and Jimmy and Jey. Damn. But I do believe this will lead to a match between Jimmy and Roman Reigns at Hell in a Cell, and they're going to do the same thing that they did with Jey, in which, Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso just fight it out, and then, of course he puts him in, a guillotine submission. It's probably going to be an I Quit match. Who knows? Because it was an I Quit match before. So, yeah. Rick Boogs, once again, shreds Nakamura's theme with his electric guitar. Pat McAfee, at this point, is just marking out, which I will say, the second best thing on SmackDown is Pat McAfee. The thing I like about Pat McAfee is the fact that he's really unique when it comes to his commentary, and I love the fact that they are not just giving him these stupid lines that they would give, an Adnan Virk. So that's pretty awesome, and Nakamura's music is iconic in my opinion. So yeah, I do believe that Pat McAfee's the second best thing on SmackDown. Deal with it. Pat McAfee's awesome. So we got Chad Gable versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Honestly, a match that I don't care. Otis before the match slams Nakamura, and then the match starts. We get a belly-to-belly suplex twice on Nakamura by Chad Gable. We get a cover into a near fall. Nakamura fights back. We get a couple kicks by Nakamura. Gable goes to the top. Gable locks an armbar on Nakamura on the ropes. Gable goes to the top rope. Moonsault, but misses. Nakamura catches Gable. Corbin takes the crown back. Roll up by Nakamura. Near fall. We get a Kinshasa on Gable and wins the match. Boogs from behind attacks Nakamura, and Nakamura takes the crown back. So this stupid storyline, King Corbin wanting his crown back, is a stupid storyline, mainly because it's probably a cheap crown, and it's so lame. You know what I mean? Storylines like this make me cringe. But I will say Nakamura is awesome. All right, Kevin Owens is backstage in the doctor's room. He asks for Apollo Crews, and next week he will get his rematch for the IC title, and Commander Z's is banned from ringside. So that's awesome to know. All right. We come back from commercial and we find out that Rey Mysterio gets attacked. And they're doing the same thing that they did at Backlash, in which, if you guys know, at Backlash, it was the match between Rey and Dominik versus Ziggler and Roode. Dominik got attacked, and Rey was the only one that went in the match until the end. So they're basically doing the same thing here. So it's Rey Mysterio and Dominik versus Roode and Ziggler. Actually, change that. It's Dominik Mysterio versus Roode and Ziggler, so it's a handicap match. So both Roode and Ziggler cut a promo, says if Rey and Dominik do not come to the match. It's a forfeit and says it's not them. It's on Rey and Dominik. And then Dominik steps up and the match starts. So the match starts. Dominik goes after Ziggler, works on both. We get a drop kick by Ziggler. We get a cover on Dominik and a near fall. Roode tags in. A suplex is made by Roode. We get a cover and a near fall. Kicks in the corner on Dominik by Roode. Ziggler tags in. Dominik fights back. We get a cover by Ziggler and a near fall. Continues to work on Dominik. Roode tags in. Double team by Roode and Ziggler. We get a kick by Dominik, but Roode puts him down. We get a slam by Roode on Dominik. Roode misses a knee drop. Ziggler tags in. Ziggler is mocking Rey at this point. Rey Mysterio, that being. Works in the face of Dominik. We get a neck breaker by Ziggler. We get a cover and a near fall. Dominik fights back. We get a drop kick by Dominik on Roode. Ziggler, he takes Ziggler outside the ring. We get a crossbody over the top rope by Dominik. Dominik goes to the top. Ziggler ducks. We get a drop toe hold by Dominik. Roode tries to interfere, but Dominik fights back. Dominik tries to hit the 619, but misses. We get a famouser by Ziggler. We get a cover and a near fall. Roode tags in. We get a double team attempt by both Ziggler and Roode. We get a cover by Roode and a near fall. Rey comes in. Roode gets distracted and rolls up Rey. No, he rolls up and Dominik rolls up Roode, and Dominik wins the match and retains the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. So, and this match was a little different, mainly because, Rey did come in, but he didn't come in the match like Dominik did on the pay-per-view. But I will say this was not that bad of a match. I just hated the fact that we had to see this match again. But after the match, we got the Usos coming out and they confront Rey and Dominik, and the show ends. So yeah, next week we got the Usos versus Rey and Dominik Mysterio. I cannot wait to see that match. Do I think the Usos will win? Absolutely. I mean, granted, Dominik and Rey's title reign just started. Who knows what's going to happen? But I do think it's going to be an awesome match. It's going to be a great match next week on SmackDown. But yeah, that was my SmackDown review. Overall thoughts on this show: there were a lot of matches that made no sense. A lot of matches that went short. Of course, we had a rematch between Rey and Dominik and Roode and Ziggler, which was really stupid. But it is what it is. Overall, this was not that bad of a show. Roman Reigns and the Usos are by far the best thing on the show. But yeah, and also Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee is great at what he does. But yeah, this was Friday Night SmackDown from May 28th, 2021. Be on the lookout for my other reviews. Of course, my Raw review on Tuesday. Dynamite will not be on Wednesday again. It will be once again preempted to Friday. So I'm going to be uploading SmackDown and Dynamite back to back next Saturday. So that's that. But yeah, we got Double or Nothing tomorrow. So I'm excited for Double or Nothing. We finally got crowds back for AEW. I'm so excited. I honestly believe it's going to be one of the best pay-per-views of 2021 for pro wrestling. So yeah, this was SmackDown, and please like, subscribe, comment down below, push that bell for notifications. And this is Broken Havoc from the Broken Havoc podcast, signing out.